the grind. Yeah, bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again. .103. Happy Tuesday, Nasties. How are you doing today? Welcome to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. We've got Zach Kubusch, the producer, co-host Joaquin Gage. I am Hernan Salas, live from the William Huff Studios. I'm riding high, 2-0 today in Tecmo. 2-0. Then I'll take on Dusty when he makes his triumphant return, and it's over. Hey, people are making fun of the picture on the thummy, Zach, of me. I told you, don't ever put me in a bad spot, and now everybody's making fun of me.
I thought you looked great. They're just jealous, Hernan.
Says, what is Hernan doing in that pic? I thought it was a fart Gager from Lingus99. Jason and Leduc says, shoulder juking to Waterfalls by TLC. Oh, I love that. Don't go chasing waterfalls. So we'll scratch.
Farting?
We'll scratch that picture from now on, Cube.
No, it looks like you're ready to fight.
Yeah, I'm ready to fight.
Putting them dukes up.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Like a good goalie fight or something. Well, I guess you...
Oh, people are making fun of me.
Whatever.
I'm going to tell. Anyways, fun show coming up. Of course, Oilers off day, so not much to report there, but we will get into some fun stuff regarding the Edmonton Oilers. 140 heat and smoke. Koob will test our trivia knowledge. And
I'd be surprised if you guys got one question today.
I bet. I'd be surprised too.
He always tests it on one of the guys here, and Brundon said we're cooked.
Yeah, I think he got one or two right. And usually I tested on Trev, and Trev's a knowledgeable guy in hockey. So was Brendan, but he was just like, he sat there and he was just like, man, you're really making a guy think, huh?
Yeah, so
I might have to change a couple.
I don't know about that, but
he's a guinea pig, so.
But yesterday we went to Vancouver. What a win by them yesterday. What heart, what character that team showed. We're going to go to another Canadian city today and find out what's up with the Sens. They have the first wild card spot. Looks like they'll be heading to the playoffs. You're excited about that, Joaquin. You love that team. Brandon Pillar from Locked On Senators podcast. He does that podcast with our good friend Ross Levitan. But Brandon will join us today, and we'll get a good idea what's going on there, how Dylan Cousins is looking, and how the city's feeling about returning to the playoffs, Joaquin. I'm penciling them in. They're in. No?
The Senators?
Yeah.
Don't tell me what I love and don't love, first of all. All right?
You've been saying...
Don't
You've been saying since September you love Ottawa.
Don't tell me what I like. I don't like that. Okay. No, I do like it. I'd like it because I want to see Ottawa and Toronto play. I think that would be hilarious. And I've been calling for the Ottawa Senators to make the playoffs for years now, and I just completely abandoned it. So I guess I have to abandon them making it. I enjoy watching them, and I'm a Brady Tkachuk fan. I'll admit it. Allmark won me over with that scrum where Hannah, female reporter asked a question and he said no, and he made sure that she got her question in. It was a boss move by Allmark there. Claire Hannah, sorry. And there's a lot to like about that team, and one of the best guys you will ever meet. Stevie Stais is a stud, and I want to see him have success too. So, three of the main reasons why I want to see this team have success.
So Brandon Pillar at 220. Ottawa's currently 5 points up on the Islanders, who are just on the outside looking in. Got kind of screwed yesterday. Patrick Raw was not happy. But it's going to be interesting times for sure. Like always, hit us up on the Nasty Chat. Text us on the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. And slam that thumbs up. Let's get to 100. We did get to 100 eventually yesterday. It just happened after we were off the air. So let's continue that streak. 11 straight days. Let's make it 12. And everybody, I know you're joking. Don't worry.
What?
Well, people are like, we love you, Hernan. Well, I was just kidding. I'm like, no, it's all good and fun. We can laugh at ourselves. I was just kidding.
I wouldn't put up with that.
Claire Hanna, Struddy's old co-host on City TV. Oh, I didn't.
Was it?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Huh.
I see. 22 thumbs up already. Very good. And if you're listening, iHeart, TuneIn, radio apps, or go to EdmontonSportsTalk.com. If you're on there, just jump over to YouTube real quick and slam that thumbs up. What was I going to get to, Joaquin? I don't even know.
Yeah, you're.
I'm just on a high, man.
Yeah, you're too happy with your video gaming. It's just. I don't like it. I like you a little bit angrier and mean.
I was gonna bring up. So we're like during Lock Shop. Me, you, Maddie, Tommy, Koob was in there. Who else was in there? I don't think Eric. We had such a good conversation about the Edmonton Oilers. I wish that stuff could go to air.
No,
there were some hot takes.
No, that does not belong anywhere.
Oh man, that was a fun conversation. That was really, really fun. I wish
it probably would have been radio gold if you could have heard that. That was funny.
It was great. It was great.
It was a lot of angry people. Like it was funny.
Yeah, we were just breaking it down. It was excellent though. But the Oilers off today, so not much to talk about. Lines. I think only Perry and Kapanen switch spots, which means Kapanen's in the top 6 with Enrique. And is it Hyman? Yes, it is. And then looks like Stetcher's going to remain in. I know a lot of the media that was down at practice yesterday had Pickard first when they posted the lines. So I don't know if Pickard's getting the start tomorrow or Stuart Skinner. Let's go with Stuart Skinner, I would think.
Dallas, Seattle.
Well, one of them's like, but who would you want against Dallas?
Skinner.
Okay. How about you, Nasties? I know you're going to say.
What about you, Koob? Never mind.
Lock Shop was a time today. What happened on the Lock Shop? Because yesterday I cut them off by mistake. I was, you know me.
Oh, did you?
I'm fidgety. And
yeah.
And I hit the extra while they were still on air. Then I had to come back and I apologized to Huss. And he was like, no problem, man. I made a boo-boo. I'm prone to making a lot of boo-boos when I'm producing. So
really?
I'm a hot mess.
You are kind of a mess.
I am a hot mess. Okay, I do wanted to get into the Jakob Chychrun deal, Joaquin. You want to do it now or save it for the next segment?
No, we can. This is
okay. So
it's your name first on this show, so I guess we're doing it.
$72 million, 8-year extension. That's $9 million. Let me give you some stuff here, okay?
Give it to me.
It's his 9th season in the NHL.
That's pretty good.
He's 26 years old. His career high before this season was 41 points. He's going to surpass that this year because he's already at 43. Okay?
Well, you hope.
His plus minus, take it with a grain of salt, because plus minus, there's a lot of context that goes into that. Hasn't been very good. Last year he was minus 30. This year he was plus 24. Okay? He's 26 years old. He is coming off a 6-year deal at $4.6 million. He got that deal right out of his entry level. Okay? So this is his 3rd deal. So he gets $9 million bump. Evan Bouchard's entering his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's 6 years into professional hockey.
Yeah, but 1 year he didn't play.
Well, 1 year, in his first year, he played 7 games.
Yeah.
Okay. And then in his, then a lot of time in Baco. And then his first year, 2020, 2021, he played 14 games. After that, he's played a lot. His career high is 82 points. Okay. He's 25 years old. He's going to be coming off his 2nd contract that's paying him 3.6. Listen, I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but $9 million's the minimum he's going to get after this deal.
Yeah, he's getting more than that. It's just the way it is.
Is he a better player than Jakob Chychrun?
He's different. Chychrun's prone to injuries, though, too. Like, that's one thing. There's a durability about Evan Bouchard so far in his young career, right?
He plays a lot.
Plays tons. And I know there are infuriating times with Evan Bouchard. There are a lot of times when he is the sole reason why there's a breakaway or a 2-on-1 against, right? And there is some plays in the defensive zone that it shakes your head. But saying all that, he is 4th in defensive scoring this year. He's what's his plus minus this year? It's, again, with a grain of salt, it's
he is 16.
Yeah. So I mean,
he's never been a minus outside of the early years.
Yeah, and look, if you really, if you're a Bouchard hater, just you can't stand him. Just watch him play. Not just recognize the faults. Watch the way he moves the puck every time and hits a guy in flight, tape to tape. Right? And he puts up points, man. And that you don't. Unfortunately, he put his offense outweighs his defensive liabilities right now. And it's close, but I'm just, I know it drives Oilers fans crazy, but how are you going to replace that? That's something that's, you can't just go out and replace. And those types of defensemen, that's what it's going to cost. This Chychrun deal has put Evan Bouchard in the stratosphere of 10 million. And Cass laid it out perfectly in two guys. The reasoning why, and what you don't want to do, I think, if you are the Edmonton Oilers, is go to arbitration in this time. And because you're going to have a non-hockey person looking at stats and numbers, and he'll probably get more.
Chychrun's only played 82 games once in his career. Now, people are going to say they're only a year apart. Why has he played so many years? He came in as an 18-year-old and never left. So there's a reason why he's got more years. Now, Jakob Chychrun, outside of this year, he's injury prone and he's been up and down, especially defensively. So again, people are like, yeah, but he's been really good this year. Okay, so then we can look at Bouchard with the same eyes. He's having an off year and still 4th in scoring for defense. Yes, his defense has to improve 100%. It drives us all crazy. What's going on there, Coop? Oh, okay. And then so listen, I don't want to pay Bouchard 9, 10, 11 million. I don't. No, I don't. I'm being honest. Because Oilers management is going to look at it like this. We're not going to base it off this year, but you can't just also ignore it. And it goes the same way for last year. You can base it off last year, but if he never gets back to that, Gage, it's a big risk. So what I'm getting at is they're only a year apart, but I think Chychrun's deal sets the standard for Evan Bouchard.
Does now. I mean, that's,
it's going to be higher than 9 mil.
You can't look at Makar. You can't look at Morrissey. You can't look at Hughes. They're not the comparable. Right now, the comparable is Chychrun, right? And by all accounts, Evan Bouchard is better defensively or offensively than Chychrun. I mean, there was a point when they were looking to grab him too. Instead of Ekholm. Yeah. What a mistake that would have been. It's
But the thing that bothers me, Joaquin, is that everybody's like, oh, Jakob Chychrun's so great. Why? Because he's having one good year. Every other year he's been just okay.
Yeah, and there's lots of injuries there. That's what we talked about. And that's probably the main reason why they didn't do it in the first place, is they were worried about the durability. Because I think when he got to Ottawa, after that, he got injured like the next week.
He did.
Right? And so we're like, phew, dodge that bullet. Unfortunately, Oilers fans are going to have to get used to looking at Bouchard, giving the puck away, making $10 million a year.
Because if you get playoff Bouchard for the rest of his career, or even something close to that, I think you're going to be happy and you're going to see the value. Now, Smitty the Welder says, I'm sick of hearing he's 4th in D scoring. Well, he is. But he plays with Leon and Connor all the time. Yeah, but no other defenseman does it.
Yeah.
Sorry, put Nurse with them. He's not putting up the numbers Bouchard does. So, and it's not his fault he plays with Connor and Leon. Like, what is he supposed to say? Chris, don't put me on the ice with these guys. Like, that's what he does. And I get he only has one power play goal. And I get the frustration with his defensive play, but...
Doesn't he have 2 power play goals?
Yeah, but one's an empty netter.
Still a power play goal.
He has 2. I'm just saying this. When I saw this morning, I right away I thought Bouchard, and I looked up because it's going to be his 3rd contract. And Bouchard's outscored him. He's played less, but they're only a year apart in age. This is going to be a high ticket for Evan Bouchard. Unless the Oilers, Stan Bowman and Jeff Jackson say, hey, you know what? Let's trade him. We can get a defenseman similar to him for a lot cheaper.
And look, Chychrun, he's having a great year. There's lightning in the bottle there. Who are we talking about in that? Dubois, right? He's all of a sudden, it's just the Washington Capitals found something there, right? It's the perfect storm there. Maybe this is the place where Chychrun finally can have continued success. But saying all that, Evan Bouchard's still going to finish ahead of him in points, you know?
And again, we're not, I don't think Gager or I or Koob agree with paying him $9 million plus, but that's what's going to happen. I didn't
Give
agree
him
with
10. No, I'm kidding.
I didn't agree with Nurse getting 9.25. I'm definitely not going
I don't know what you mean, K-Oaks, by saying Chychrun doesn't play first line PP. Because he's not good enough. Like, are you making the argument, or I don't know.
Because he has 18 goals. He's having a great season. But compared to all the other ones, come on, people. Like, are you really going to base Jakob Chychrun's career on the 1 year, or are you going to look at the 7 previous ones? Like, come on. We can combine them and say, yeah, he's having a great year. Good on him. He's only 26 years old, and he is a good player. I'm telling you this. I would not pay Jakob Chychrun $9 million.
I'd be very hesitant to do that too.
I think this is a bad deal.
Why does everyone think this is a great deal?
It's not a great deal. He's not even your top defenseman, people. He's not. He doesn't run your number one power play. He's not a top defenseman. And people are like, Hernan, either is Evan Bouchard. Fair. I'm not arguing with you about what he's going to get paid. I'm just trying to lay down some facts. With this deal, Bouchard ain't taking anything less than 9. And I'll tell you another thing. He ain't taking anything less than what Darnell Nurse makes.
It's Carlson that runs the power play there, right? So
Johnny Carlson, the vet.
He's
and people are going to lose it when Bouch signs that contract. They are. And I will understand it. Now, going forward, Joaquin, at 25 years old, if for the next 8 years, let's say he gets an 8-year deal, he's more last year Bouchard than this year Bouchard, he'll soften the blow for sure. You'll be happy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking, but there's a lot of money coming off the books. Cap goes up.
I still don't think he's going to get it, but I think it's such a mistake to pay him anything more than 10.
Well, yeah, I mean, in perfect world, you pay him 8.5.
Because Joaquin, and I've said this so many times already this year that people are probably sick of it. You're going to be paying him 9+. You have Darnell Nurse at 9.25, and you still need a number one defense.
Just if you get nuts about the Bouchard thing, just go to Puckpedia, go down to buyouts, and look and see that you're still paying Jack Campbell 2.3. Okay, that should avert your eyes for a little bit and get mad at something else for a little bit.
Oh boy, that was a bad deal too. No, but it's a good discussion, guys, and let's keep it cool. I know some people don't agree with it, and I understand why you don't, but it is what it is, and that's what's going to happen here, unless, which is a very slim chance, that they move them.
Penner's Pancakes. So some crazy GM offer sheets Bouch at 11-6. The Oilers are taking the first 4 first-rounders. Probably.
100%.
Yeah, you do that for sure, because then you just package those 4 firsts and get yourself a team.
That might be the best thing for the Oilers. Please, offer sheet! Oh, man. The afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m.
Everyone wants some offer sheeted.
Oh, man. All right. We'll continue the Bouchard Chicken comparisons. What do you think? Send us your messages to the Nasty Chat and the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. Good start on the thumbs up. Let's keep it going. We love y'all. We're back after the break. But first, our guy Koob has your sports update.
The NHL has 10 games, which sees Dylan Cousins meet his old team for the first time when his Senators battle the Sabres, and Seattle takes on Calgary while Joel Farabee and Mackenzie Weegar return to the Flames lineup after they both missed Saturday's game against the Devils. And Winnipeg then hosts Washington. Jakob Chychrun of the Capitals, fresh off signing an 8-year extension worth $72 million. AJHL action sees 4 games. Calgary and Camrose duke it out. The Eagles and Dragons butt heads, while the Storm and Bobcats have a date. On the court, the Warriors tip off against the Heat. Dallas hits the road in New York to challenge the Knicks before OKC visits Sacramento, having 8 games around the association. In Seattle, the Mariners are signing catcher Cal Raleigh to a 6-year extension worth $105 million. Last season, Raleigh finished 12th in American League Most Valuable Player voting and won the Gold Glove. Meanwhile, Iran has qualified for the 2026 World Cup after they had a 2-2 draw with Uzbekistan earlier today. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc, they're the experts you need to know. More Jakob Chychrun talk on the other side of the break with Hernan, Salas, and Joaquin Gage. I'm Zachary Koob, and you're up to date.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
It's time for a wing throwdown at the Canadian Brewhouse. Fuego Verde versus Honey Blaze. Who's got the best flavor? Come taste the heat and get your wing fix anytime. Plus 69-cent wings all day Wednesdays. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Take your career to the next level with Nate's Construction Leadership and Supervision Program, a perfect tool for professionals looking to advance their role or an organization needing to develop leaders. Learn more about safety supervision, scheduling, cost control, and most importantly, how to lead a team. For more information and to register, visit nate.ca/CLSP to take your career to another level.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Love is in the air. I love you. And you? And you? And you! Why choose between your beloved items? Sentinel Storage, keeping your treasures safe to be loved again. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
.126. Welcome back to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. That was that just stopped there,
It's
eh?
terrible fade.
Terrible fade, Koob. You couldn't be a DJ, my friend. You got to slowly bring that down. Welcome back to the show. It's been a fun show. River Korean Box 780-218-9999. The nasty chat is humming. People are upset. It's 25 cents. The Chychrun chat. That's what it is right now. Okay, let's play a fun game. And be realistic. Like, don't say 4 million, 5 million, because that's not realistic. What number are you happy with that Bouchard signs for? Again, don't be realistic, because he's getting over 9, guys. So what's going to make you happy? Or is nothing going to make you happy unless it's under 9? Gage, are you happy with 9, 9.2, 9.5? Do any of those appeal to you?
Oh, yeah. 9.5. That's
a steal.
That
at
is.
This rate.
When you look around the league and the point totals of everyone else, yeah, you do. Unfortunately, you do.
Doug, that says this isn't a fun game.
Like, how much do you want to pay him, though, man? Like, ideally 6. Come on, man. Like, again, watch the way the guy moves the puck. And I know there's mistakes there, but I think this is an outlying year. But unfortunately, it does probably end up around 9-5 to 10-5, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And he's got to deal with it too. Like, I mean, someone with a little bit less testicular fortitude probably takes 7, and so hopefully people don't yell at him when he's putting gas into his car, you know?
Okay, so some people have actually sent some numbers in. C-Run says 9.5 would be very happy. 10 would be good. Glad it's not my money. Spency 5 cents, he says 9.6 is fair. Gus says 6 mil. Come on. Brett B says 9 to 11 million. Holy smokes. Okay. Corey B says he's getting 10.25. Smitty the Welder, no number. Trade him.
Well, what number would you like to see on the offer sheet? What's, I mean, obviously anything over 11 on an offer sheet, he gone.
My cousin says if Booch gets 9.5, he better get his eyes checked.
But no one's going to give him no one's offer sheeting on losing. Is it 4 or 5 first rounders?
4.
4?
Imagine St. Louis just comes in hot.
Get him and Broberg. Get the band back
they
together.
go in to win a cup. Oh,
stop it!
Guys, it's gonna be over 9. So
yeah,
deal with it.
Yeah,
thank Chychrun and his agent.
Yeah, get mad at Chychrun if anything.
Because I'll be honest, Joaquin. I think in the hockey world, people value Bouchard more than Chychrun.
Of course they do.
So it's gonna be more money.
Of course it will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, it's funny because on the walk today with the dog, where I do most of my thinking about things, this popped into this cranium, and I was thinking purely as a advisor, right? I'm going, okay, what would be comfortable for you? And I was just like, yeah, like I went through 8.5, 9, 9.5. It's a little bit less than probably that you're going to get, but then maybe you decide, you know what? Looking at Connor, Leon, I'm part of a historical power play for the next 8 years. I probably up my career earnings over the $90 million mark. I've got generational wealth for my grandchildren. I start thinking of things like that, right? And when's enough? But so we'll see. Maybe he has that type of discussion too. I don't know, but
yeah. Penner's Pancake says I could with proper medication stomach 8 by 9.25.
Maybe he makes one of those deferred deals.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Well, Oilers management actually have to do some work. Wow.
Well, maybe, I mean, $1 today is not the same as $1 tomorrow, obviously, but maybe that's another thing that they look at with Bouchard. Maybe it's deferred money till later on. I don't know.
Okay. On the River Korean box, Mark says 8.5 to 9. It's going to be higher than that.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Raider Jesse says anything under 10 million, I'm ecstatic. Top 10D in the league all day, every day. Saskatoon Muncher says coming in out of nowhere, I just wanted to say, please do not bring Dryer McDavid back for the Vegas game. If there's any team I do not trust, purposely try and injure them. They'll be fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I get it. This one, No Name, says, with regards to Chychrun's recent success / contract, in your opinion, Gager, how important is it as a player with a specific skill set to find the correct system to thrive in?
Oh, massive. Look at, who was the D-man here? Went to Pittsburgh, won cups.
Justin Schultz.
Look at Justin Schultz, right? As soon as he went to Pittsburgh and fell into that 3, 4, 5 kind of area, he flourished in Pittsburgh. Didn't have the stress of being the 1 or 2. And Chychrun's not there. He's not the number 1 guy. He's everywhere he's gone. He's been kind of supposed to be the guy. Now it's Carlson, right? Carlson's the big dog there. So yeah, you fit in at a place, and eventually maybe he'll take over the mantle as the number 1 D-man. Who knows? But yeah, that can make all the difference in tons of different areas. Devin Dubnyk, look at he finally gets to a place in Phoenix where starts having a really good relationship with their goalie coach, and his style just he became one of the top goalies in the league over the course of a few years there. So yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah. Rip City Steps. You know what's a great deal? Getting this show for free 5 days a week.
No, don't worry, we're going to start charging people.
Didn't Gage want to trade Bouch for Seth Jones? It used to be about the music, man.
Well, Seth went to Florida. That ship sailed, man. I don't live in the past.
Big Dave says, I also think that Chychrun can't be judged on early career numbers because he was on some horrible teams. Well, sure. But he was still injured. That has nothing to do with being on a horrible team. Like, the injury prone is a big concern for me.
If you really think back when Barry was traded, what was the first thing that went through my mind was, okay, well, how's the power play going to do now? And I think it was like 28%. Bouchard gets in there, all of a sudden it's actually operating at a higher level, right? And you didn't think that was possible. So it's not to say that anyone can go be part of that power play. He's an integral part of it. The way he can move the puck, his ability to shoot the puck. I know he's tested the durability of a lot of shin pads this season, but he also has a skill set of sifting pucks through to the net, and he's got just a cannon for a shot. And his offensive vision is elite. I'm sorry. So, and that's the thing. Maybe there's something there. Look, Leon signed. We're going to get Connor signed. You're going to be, part of a power play that's just so deadly for the next number of years. Looking at his age, couple runs at cups, maybe there's something there, but no, it starts at 10. Everybody.
Tony, our buddy from BP, says, I think if Edmonton extends Bouchard more than $10 million, if you thought the pressure was on him at his price point now, and with what Nurse makes, he's going to be a target number one if he struggles when the fans and media see what happens. He needs to reconsider his numbers on his. Good point by Tony. Gager, do players, because you played in pro, do players think about that? Like, $10 million, let's say Bouchard's being offered. He's like, yeah, like, I'm set for the rest of my life. My kids are settled. Do you know what I mean? Does any of that come into your mind saying, man, the pressure is really going to be on me. The fans are going to be all over me even more than they are now?
Yep, but every 2 weeks feels a little bit better.
Every Friday on payday, he doesn't care.
My gosh, I feel great. Come on.
Oh, yeah. It probably deep down inside bugs them, but 10 million reasons why they probably get over it pretty quick. So now, listen, that's a good point by Tony, though. You think the pressure is high on him at 3.6 million, Joaquin? At 10 million? Holy smokes. Look at Nurse last year in the playoffs, man. He took a lot of heat.
Oof.
A lot of heat.
And that's why you get paid that type of money, man. Like, it's funny how there's a reason why these guys get to the level that they are at, because they can deal with that type of stuff.
Yeah.
They can deal with criticism. Hopefully that fuels the fire a little bit. It's part of the job. It's one of the only professions on the planet where people come and yell at you if you're not doing your job right. I mean, the only other time you see that is like crazy TikToks of people going to McDonald's and complaining about their cheeseburger, right? But that doesn't happen that much. 20,000 people groaning when you give the puck away. That's tough. But I mean, if anything, the Bouchard's built up some pretty thick skin, I think, this year, right? And stay off social media.
I mean, every time they lose, he's topic number 1 or 2.
Well, what would you say? What would you say? Is it rank them 1 to 3
Skinner
in a loss?
Stuart Skinner.
Okay.
Evan Bouchard. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Nuge.
Yeah.
That's why I was wondering the third. Who's coming in the third
Nuge is taking a lot
there.
of heat this year. And it's been deserved. He hasn't been very good up until now.
I would have said...
Because the rest,
I would have said Arvidsson a little bit.
He's close. He's top 5.
I said top 3.
I know, but I gave you my 3. He's top 5 for me, though.
Who's 4? Okay, so it's
Arvidsson.
that's 5. That's
Okay.
who's 5 then? If we go Nuge and Arvidsson are the
3,
2
4.
whipping boys at 3, the 3 and the 4 slot. Who's the 5th? As of late.
Adam Enrique.
I'm gonna go with Coach Nobla.
Oh, good one. You didn't say coach, though.
I said Oilers team. He's part of the team.
Big Uke. 1, Skinner. 2, Bouchard. 3, Hernan Smokey.
Love it.
C-Run says Skinner, Bouchard, Knobloch. Okay, send those in. What's the question again?
I don't know.
Who takes the most heat after a loss this year for the Edmonton Oilers? I mean, it's if Skinner and Bouchard are not in your top 2, what are you listening to? Because it's those guys most of the time. And it was funny because they almost blew it last game on that stupid giveaway and then the breakaway. And then they were able to pull out the win, though. So it was great to see. But, man.
He made a good save late.
He did.
That was unreal. That was going in.
Just don't ask Ace or Chief Andy because
Oh my gosh. Those 2 have me next goalie coach, so
Yeah.
it shows you how much they know.
it's an interesting conversation, though, and I'm glad we're having it, and I'm glad this deal came down on a day when the Oilers are off because it's going to be, buddy. I hope that extension is signed during the week so we can talk about it, not like on a Saturday or Sunday.
Well, I'll talk to JJ. I'll have him come in here and we'll do it live.
Because it's going to be ugly, regardless of the number.
Yeah.
Penner's Pancakes, 1A Skinner, 1B Bouchard, and they normally account for 90% of all post-game content. Kip Thunder says Bouchard 1, Evan Bouchard 2, Evan B 3. Oh, man. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But yeah, what number are you content with that Bouchard signs for? For me, Joaquin, I think anything from 9 to 10, I can live with. I wouldn't be happy about it, but I can live with anything over 10.
We're gonna have to live with it, but it's gonna make for great content. Boys.
Anything over 10, I'll lose my freaking
Oh
mind.
yeah. No, it's got to stop at 10.
Yeah.
80 mil.
Yeah, it's too much, man.
It's too much.
And I wouldn't even, like, if I was a GM, Joaquin, unless it's Draisaitl or McDavid, guys like that, I'm not giving out 8-year deals. I'll go the shorter route, man. 3-4 years. Unless you're getting like a team.
But he's so young. You buy that's the thing. You're buying some UFA years too, right? Those are expensive. And maybe Bouchard bets on himself. For I don't know for what reason, but
well, I mean,
because he wants to get up in the stratosphere of what Makar and
he is not close to Cale Makar. No one is. Or Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes is playing 30 minutes a night.
Yeah, it was a joke yesterday.
Like that guy's unreal, man.
Yeah,
and it's more unreal because of his body type. He's small.
I know.
Like he's not physical.
No,
he's
unreal. He's very unassuming. When I watched a little thing on him at the Granville Market in Vancouver. I remember going there as a kid. He looked like a little kid in high school grabbing veggies. Like
yeah. Still looks like that. He's a hell of a player, though. Like, and listen, I'll give credit to the Vancouver Canucks. They were without their top 2 centers yesterday, tied late. Man, just an excellent effort by that team to stay alive, and a lot more games on tap tonight with playoff implications. It's going to be fun. Ontario Momes, who says no? Bouchard in first for Roman Josi.
Oh my gosh, the only person happy with that is Matt Cassian.
Oh man,
he's got a Yossi crush. But that you can't do that. How old's Yossi? He's like. Old as rope.
He's a handsome fellow.
Yeah.
Imagine him and Ekholm. Oh.
Bring the band back together.
Ooh. If Bouchard signs with Edmonton for more money than Nurse is making, no one will be happier than Darnell Nurse. Good point.
Oh, yeah.
Big Dave says on the who takes the most heat, Skinner, Bouchard, the wave. All right, we'll continue the Bouchard Chychrun comparisons. What number would you be happy with for Evan Bouchard now that Chychrun's going to make $9 million for the next 8 years? And I think we can all agree Bouchard's a bit, valued higher, year younger, but he's going to get at least $9 million, guys. Like I'd be shocked if he's even close. I think he's going to be closer to 9.5, 10. But what number would you like to see Bouchard get, and would you be content with it? Let us know. River Korean Box 780-218-9999. Portions of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brew House. Every Oilers game day, get $1 off tankards of Molson Canadian and Coors Light, where you can win game tickets and 2 tickets to a surf and turf dinner at the end of the season. Full details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com. Up next, Heat and Smoke. Koob's got some questions lined up. Are we still tied 1-1? Yeah, because we haven't been able to pass anything lately.
No. Aren't you up 2-1, Hernan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
You just
You just wanted to hear him say it. Yeah.
All right, Heat and Smoke with Koob up next here on EST Afternoons.
Detroit visits Denver. The Rangers battle the Kings, and the Golden Knights meet the Wild on a 10-game NHL slate. Meanwhile, Jakob Chychrun of the Caps has signed an 8-year deal worth $9 million average as Washington hits the ice in Winnipeg. And for the Flames, Mackenzie Weegar and Joel Farabee return to take on the Kraken after they both missed Calgary's last game in New Jersey. Back in Alberta, the Wolverines meet the Oil Barons of Kodiaks, and Canucks drop the puck while Grand Prairie visits Lloydminster, having 4 games in the AJHL and 8 games. The NBA schedule. Hawks and Rockets go at it. Utah hosts Memphis, and the Cavs face the Trailblazers. And after winning a Gold Glove and being 12th in American League Most Valuable Player voting in 2024, catcher Cal Raleigh and the Mariners are in the process of signing a 6-year extension worth over $100 million. In the soccer world, Iran and Uzbekistan had a 2-2 draw, which booked Iran's ticket to the 2026 World Cup. This sports update is brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation. Financial support deeply affects residents at Capital Care, and whether it's a one-time donation or a monthly contribution, every penny counts. Find out how you can donate at thecapitalcarefoundation.net. Heat and Smoke. Up next, I'll be testing Hernan Salas and Joaquin Gage on their hockey trivia. I'm Zachary Koob Kubusch, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Do you want to do it?
Well, I think that you can't be like, I do a perfect imitation of goal, and then just like, I'm not doing it.
Believe it or not. Okay. Master will never take precious from us. Master cares about us. No. Master wants the precious for himself.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. A one-of-a-kind retrospective. It's Glass Tiger, This Island Earth, April 4th at River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't forget me when I'm gone. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
.146. Welcome back to EST Afternoons. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas, Zach Kubusch, just ahead of Heat and Smoke. Doug Dad. Hernan started at 9.10. Now he's up to 9.510. Soon it will be 9.5 to 10.5. Big U, classic Hernan. Move the goalpost, Salas. No. I'm saying I think it's going to be between 9 and 10. Would I prefer it on the lower side? I just don't think that's going to happen. Sorry, guys. I want it to be 9 million or 9.2. I do. But I just feel it's going to be closer to that, in between 9.5 and 10. Do I like it? No, but that's just the reality of the situation. All right, Heat and Smokes become a fun little segment here with Koob.
Heat and smoke. This is what you do when you get home. Little heat, little smoke.
A little smoke. And with Koob's super hard questions.
Oh my
But
God.
I'm learning a lot. Very informative segment. So Koob, whenever you're ready, let's get the show on the road. Hernan
here
leads
we
the
go.
series 2-1. Looks to extend it to 3-1.
Yeah, well, Hernan, I guess you could say you're smoking on the W pack or whatever it is, right? Have you guys heard about that? Are you smoking on the blank pack, like if you're winning?
No.
No.
First time I've
You
ever
guys
heard of it,
are-
Koob, but might use it. Thanks.
Yeah, well, he'll be smoking after this. Yeah, might use it. Yeah, totally. Well, I had to adjust some questions because, I ran Brendan through the ringer and he was just like, man, I don't know. And I looked at them. I'm like, I don't think these boys will know. Some of them were deep cuts. Some of them were very, very deep cuts. But a lot of these, I'm very confident that you guys will get them. So, Hernan, you're up 2-1 in the series, which means you have to defer to Gager to be the first one to answer the question.
And again, we only get one answer each, and then we move on. Okay?
Right. All right. So with the Oil Kings, they're getting set for their first playoff appearance in a couple years here. They'll be playing Friday night. That's the first game of the playoffs. I'm curious, boys, which former Oil King was drafted the highest to the NHL? There's been a lot of draft picks over the years from the Oil Kings, but which one went the highest?
Oh, good question.
Jake Neighbors?
Jake Neighbors, let me see here. He went late in the first round. Somebody went quite earlier than that.
Ooh, you suck. Did you just press that?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even press it.
So I get to steal?
You get to steal, yeah.
What are you doing with your mouse over there? What are you looking at?
Stop touching.
Chychrun.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Dylan Guenther.
Dylan Guenther went 9th overall, boys. It's Griffin Reinhart. It's Griffin Reinhart, boys.
That's a trick question.
It's Griffin
right there.
Reinhart.
Yeah, because he sucked.
He went 4th.
Yeah.
He went 4th. Yep.
Good
yep.
one, Koob. I should have known
that's a little sneaky one, right? He didn't do
Good
well.
one,
You guys
Koob.
were thinking with
Good one, Koob.
Thank you.
Hey, we were both good answers, though. Jake Neighbors and Dylan Guenther.
We've got it. Don't look for silver lining, right?
Okay.
Well, Dylan Guenther is a second.
I notice how you say the boo you suck to me when I get it wrong, but nothing when you. It was a good job.
For reference, Jake Neighbors went 26 overall in 2020 to the Blues, and Dylan Guenther went 9th overall to the Coyotes in 21.
All right.
So the next question, it's Oil Kings related as well. Who is the leading point scorer for the Oil Kings this season?
No idea.
Do you pass?
You got a name?
Sachin? Grayson?
Which one?
Grayson?
Grayson Sachin is the correct answer. In 54 games played, he has 78 points, 30 goals, 48 assists. His brother Lucas is third on the team. And the captain is second.
Gager.
I thought I would too.
You deferred immediately, but that's okay. 1-0 Hernan so far through 2 questions. So we're headed to the NHL.
Okay.
Now, who is the only player to win the Art Ross Trophy when being traded mid-season? Gager?
Art Ross, mid-season.
It happened in the last 40 years.
What's the Art Ross again?
Highest point score.
Traded and winning it.
That's a good question.
And he was on fire. He was on fuego.
Gosh, I'm drawing a blank here.
He only played for 2 teams. Or sorry, he played for, I guess, 2 teams when he was traded, but one team wasn't doing so hot, and he was a mainstay in on one of the other teams. One of the greatest players of all time. I know you know this one. You got your hand up, Reed. Reed's primed and ready.
I don't
want to
look. He's trying to give it away. Well, I can't even.
All right, come back to it, or do you want to steal? Or what's going on
here? What do you say?
If it helps, it happened in the 05-06 season.
Oh.
And he started hot too, and then he continued his dominance. He's more of a passer. He has high IQ. He's
Joe Thornton.
Jumbo Joe Thornton. He was traded from the Boston Bruins
to the San Jose.
The start of the 05-06 season in November. In 23 games, he had 33 points for the Bruins, and then clicked with Chychrun and had 92 points on the Sharks in 58 games. So like 121 points or whatever it was.
And then
over
the Oilers
120.
eliminated them.
Darn right.
I remember. I should remember that because the guy I played with in Germany, Toby Abstreiter, was really good friends with the German guy, Sturm, Marco Sturm. And Marco Sturm told a great story of looking for a place in Boston, and he goes out and he's looking at apartments with this real estate lady, and he goes, I don't know about this. I don't know if I'm gonna. And he comes out of the place that he just looked at, and it's nice. But he walks out. And guess who opens right across the hall? Guess who? Manny Ramirez opens the door.
Really?
Right across. So he goes, I'll take it.
All right. Let's keep rolling here, Koob.
Another trophy question. Which player won the Art Ross, Hart, and Lady Byng in the same season? There's only one player who's done it, and he did it in back-to-back seasons.
Sergei Fedorov.
Good poll, but no.
Yeah, he won the what? The Hart?
The Hart, the Lady Byng, and the Art Ross in the same season. The only player to win those three trophies
Steve
in the same
Yzerman.
season. It is not Steve Yzerman. It is Stan Mikita.
Oh, yeah, I would have not known that.
No.
There's a little way. I mean, late 60s. He won it 66,
Back-to-back?
67, and then
Did he say
67,
back-to-back?
68. Yeah, back-to-back.
Jesus.
He did it twice.
Well, I wouldn't have said Fedorov.
Back-to-back. Well, next question. Which goalie played for the most NHL teams in their career?
That's a good one.
And he's a very well-known person in the hockey world.
Well-known person. Hockey world.
Most teams in the NHL.
He played for 9 separate teams. if
Holy
that,
smokes.
Yeah. If that helps you. He played over nearly 800 games. Or over 800 games, sorry.
9 teams.
Is he active? No.
He is not an active player.
Well,
He has since retired.
Teams.
9 teams. Who was a goalie on all those teams?
He also, he was drafted in the second round by the Devils in 1985.
Sean Burke.
Sean Burke.
Ah, that was my guess. I was going to say that.
Let's go. You swear? Yeah. Well, he won the cup with the Golden Knights a couple years back as their goaltending coach. Second is Ron Tugnut.
I was going to say Ron Tugnut, but I was like, shoot, I don't think it's him.
That's who I thought it was. So the score is what? 2-1?
2-1.
2-1. Okay, we got a few more questions. Who had the most saves in a single NHL game?
Ron Tugnut.
That's it. Yep.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's Ron Tugnut. Yeah. Do you know how many he had? I'll give you a bonus
74.
point. 70. It was 70. I won't
70.
give you the bonus point. If you got it.
Tugger.
So, yeah. Isn't that crazy? Who had the most shots in a single NHL game?
Ray Bork.
Wow. Yeah.
On Ron Tugnut.
Yes. Yeah, it was in that same game. Oh my gosh. I didn't know that was like a freebie.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not even being. I can't even answer.
Yeah, because you don't know the answer.
No, but if he gets one right, it shifts to me.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Winners outs. Winners outs. That's what we said.
How many questions left?
Ooh, I got 2. One of them you guys aren't going to get.
Okay, so he's up 3-2, so I can still win.
Okay, you can go first then. If you
Yeah.
Well,
I get.
should,
No,
yeah.
you should go
Yeah.
first. You should
Those
go
are the
first.
rules,
And the
Joaquin.
tiebreaker is very hard. I might have to come up with one on the fly here, boys. How many goalies have won the Hart Trophy? I know that's a hard one. That is a hard one because the last one to do it was Carey Price, of course. Hasek won. I'm kind of helping you a little bit.
Jesus. 3.
No.
5.
No. Should we keep going or
No.
7 different goalies?
Oh my gosh.
Can you name
Let
them?
me see.
Can I name them all? Okay, let's
Ken
go through.
Dryden? Did he win the
Ken
Hart?
Dryden, let me see.
I know. Well, we know Hasek,
Price.
Theodore.
He goes way back, of course. Roy Werthers, 28-29 for the New York Americans.
Forget it.
I know. It goes way back.
Okay.
Chuck Rayner.
Chuck.
And 49-50.
Great
Al
show,
Rollins, 53-54. Jocks Plant.
Jocks.
Jock Plant. Yeah, Jocks. Jock Plant. My French isn't Jocks, eh? Yeah. Some of them are pretty old, but
okay, seven
times a goalie is one. Yeah. So there we go.
Yeah, you can go first again. We got one more.
No,
I guess
won.
No, he's got one more.
Okay.
I got one more. I guess. I don't know. Who is the leading point scorer all time for the Oil Kings? For the Oil Kings, and he never played a single NHL game.
I go first.
You go first. I will give you a couple hints here. He's never played a single NHL game. Over 300 career games for the Oil Kings. One time he had over 100 points in a season, and he played in the last 15 years. He's suited up for the Oil Kings.
Never played in the NHL. Ooh, that's a great question, man. I'm just trying to think all those years I covered the Old Kings. It's got to be someone there. Who
That's probably another name I'm going to butcher.
Saint Croix, was that his name? Was it him?
Yes. Yeah, it was.
Yes.
You said it, man. Like, I think that was the only name. Michael St. Croix.
That's the name of a drink. Those are those sparkling waters.
Yeah.
Woo! And you know
Hernan's
why?
a bit bubbly after that.
You know why I knew this? Because yesterday Guy and Reed were talking about St. Croix. Michael
Really?
St. Croix. Yeah.
What's he doing now?
I don't know.
He got drafted by the Rangers, but he never played.
Fourth round.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Like in 2011, he never played in the NHL.
Good, we tied.
Yeah, there we go. He played some university hockey recently, like 4 or 5 years ago, but I think he's done his schooling or whatever.
So
Don't
do we
think
just
he's
end in
playing
a
any
tie,
longer.
or do we need a winner?
No, that's as many questions.
I don't think
it's
I
a
have
push.
another.
It's a push.
Is it
Stay
a push?
tuned next week.
All right, I guess it's a tie game.
It's a 3-3 tie, like that game where the most saves and the most shots ended in. Yeah. It was Quebec versus Boston 3-3 in the 90s. Yeah.
Reed Wilkins, Trey Fix-Wolanski. Wait, I'm wrong. He played in the NHL. Oh, man.
Good stuff.
He scored the...
Good question, Scoop. I really like the Old Kings angle. That was really well done.
Right?
I didn't.
Trey Fix-Wolanski scored the first goal for any of the 2 Edmonton franchises in Rogers Place.
Wow.
Huh.
All right.
What a guy.
Great job. Let's hear it for Coop.
Yay.
Great job. Those were great questions. Excellent questions. We tied, so Hernan remains in the lead 2-1. We got to find a way to break these tiebreakers, though. So
No.
I don't like ties. We need like a shootout or something.
I should actually win for
Arm wrestle right now.
Yeah. Oh, you want to arm wrestle?
All right. We're at 58 thumbs up. We only need 32 more. No, that's 42 more. Jumping the gun there. Please hammer the thumbs up for us. We're back for hour 2. We'll continue the Oilers talk. We'll continue some F1 talk, and we'll be joined by Brandon Pillar from Locked On Senators. We'll talk about the Sens. They're this close to clinching a spot in the playoffs, and it'd be great to see them back in the postseason. That's all coming up in hour 2 of EST Afternoons. We're back after the break.
Get your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Join our very own Dustin Nielsen, Trey and Terrell Ford of the Edmonton Elks, and other special guests on Tuesday, April 8th at the Bell in Scona for Edmonton Sports Talks Bids for Kids, presented by GS Construction. A special live on-location show featuring a delicious appetizer buffet, silent auction, 50-50, and more. This year, Kids Sport is proudly celebrating 30 years of making a positive impact in our community. Don't miss out and join this special celebration to help continue to support those in need. Tickets are limited. Find them today at kidsportbidsforkids.com. That's kidsportbidsforkids.com.
Make your birthday legendary at the Canadian Brewhouse with epic food, killer drinks, and an unbeatable vibe. Plus, download the Canadian Brewhouse app and score free nachos on your big day. Book your party now to celebrate like a pro. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
The NHL has 10 games, seeing Dylan Cousins meet his old team for the first time when his Senators battle the Sabres in Seattle, then takes on Calgary with Joel Farabee and Mackenzie Weegar returning to the Flames lineup after they both missed Saturday's game against the Devils. Winnipeg then hosts Washington. Jakob Chychrun of the Capitals, fresh off signing an 8-year extension worth $72 million. And AJHL action sees 4 games. Calgary and Camrose duke it out. The Eagles and Dragons butt heads while the Storm and Bobcats have a date. On the court, the Warriors tip off against the Heat. Dallas hits the road in New York to challenge the Knicks, while OKC visits Sacramento, having 8 games around the association. In Seattle, the Mariners are signing catcher Cal Raleigh to a 6-year extension worth $105 million. Last season, Raleigh finished 12th in American League Most Valuable Player voting and won the Gold Glove. Meanwhile, Iran has qualified for the 2026 World Cup after they had a 2-2 draw with Uzbekistan. I'm Zachary Kubusch. That was your sports update. The second hour of EST Afternoon starts right now.
Welcome back to Edmonton Sports Talk. This is hour 2 of EST Afternoons, live from the William Huff Studios here on the west side of the city. Reed Wilkins coming up from 3 to 6. And the Oilers return to action tomorrow to the back-to-back nights. 8 o'clock starts. Dallas Stars, Seattle Kraken, and then the much-anticipated Battle of Alberta on Saturday. I can't wait for that one, Joaquin. That one's going to be fun. See how the Oilers do. Like always, slam the thumbs up if you're watching on our YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so as well. Hit us up on the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999. And if you want to listen later while you're working out or going for a walk or anything, just go to your Spotify or Apple, wherever you get your podcasts, look up EST Afternoons and hit the follow button. We need to bump those numbers up, so that would be greatly appreciated. Hour 2, Brandon Pillar from Locked On Senators will join us. We're going to talk about these young up-and-coming Sens. They look exciting. Can't wait to watch them if they can lock down that spot. They're currently in the first wildcard spot in the East. Guy Flaming, I just tuned in. Did I miss some Oil Kings talk? Some trivia. Should ask Guy.
He'd know.
Guy, who's the leading scorer all time of the Edmonton Oil Kings? Let's see.
When you're working out, what do you listen to?
Music.
Type of music? Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny. Yeah, some rap.
Really?
Sometimes I'm feeling like I'll put on like a house playlist that Spotify offers.
Like house workout mix?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, anything like that.
Me too.
I like to dance when I work out. In between sets.
Obviously not working out hard enough.
So it'll be fun. No news Liam Lawson yet, eh? A lot of rumors swirling. Seems like he's a bit of a a-hole.
They're all a-holes. You got to be to get to that level.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's done. It's
because he's like, yeah, I beat Yuki all the time, and like, why are you saying that? Like, it's not Yuki's fault you're struggling.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's he came in with a boatload of confidence. But once he got into that car, and even Max said that Racing Bull car looks easier to drive. So
quickly, Guy Flaming, what was the question? Who's the leading scorer of the Oil Kings all time? You should know this, Guy. And then so
and Christian Horner said you have to have two cars scoring.
Yeah.
Right. So
especially when you're partnered with Max.
Yeah, you need some points.
So I'll ask you this. So okay, let's think ahead. Yuki moves to Red Bull. Okay, the top team with Max. Is it automatic Liam goes to Racing Bulls, or do they look at someone else?
They might look at someone else.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not guaranteed he'll get a seat.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Why would it? I mean, he had a ton of confidence coming in, like the way he was talking and things, and I think he thought he was going to do the same thing that he did with Yuki to Max and be competitive.
But you brought up a great point yesterday. Like Yuki's really got to think about this too.
Why would you do that? You know, and plus that car looks competitive now. I don't know what it'll look like halfway through the season, but here's a chance to, and I'm not sure if Yuki has another year on his deal. I don't think he does, right? But you got to look to the future a little bit. Cadillac coming in, you know, who knows what's going to happen with all these rookie drivers, if they're all going to work out or not. I don't know. If I'm Red Bull, you know who I'm looking at?
Who?
Colapinto.
Yeah. That's who I was going to bring up next.
That's who I'm looking at.
Because people are saying Checo in the chat, but I think they kind of want to move on from that.
Yeah. Do you really think they'll go back to Checo and have him? I mean, he would do better than Liam in that car because he's a little bit more used to it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're going to have the same thing. Max is going to develop the car, and it's kind of weird that they just got rid of Checo too when this last year, right? With the last year with this car, you want to make sure you have a good performance going into 2026 with all the regulation changes. You bank something with the Constructors Championship. Hopefully you can challenge for that, make a few more bucks. Like, what is it? Like $50 million for winning the Constructors. Yeah, man, it was puzzling for me to see Red Bull with the loss of Newey, all these things, and then put all their hopes on a young kid that hasn't worked once with any driver. It doesn't make sense.
Because it's early now, Joaquin, but I think most of the rookies have shown pretty well. Like Bortoletto's done well in qualifying. Duhan and Hadjar had a great battle.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And they're looking really, really good. Kimi Antonelli, Ollie Behrman.
I say Behrman was probably the best of them all.
Yeah.
With what he was doing.
That's the thing, right? And Liam Lawson's the only guy. And that's why, because I like Yuki Tsunoda, and I just don't want him to go there and then he's out, and then he's just out.
I know.
Right? But that's the goal, right? Is to get to that team.
When you're in that, the Red Bull Academy, essentially, it's the minors playing in the show with those Racing Bulls.
Because Red Bull's not going to want to make two moves during the season. Because,
well, like you know what you have with Racing Bulls though too.
Yeah.
So bird in the hand kind of thing, right? I wouldn't be surprised if they look for, who knows. I would try if I'm sure Liam gets Suzuka, right? He'll get there if it repeats. They can't wait that long.
So that's next weekend, right?
2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, like
not this weekend.
Yeah, but
next week.
Because I think if they were going to make a driver move, they would have made it, right? Get Yuki going or whoever they think is going to replace Liam Lawson.
Because then you have after Suzuka, you have another 2 weeks before you go back to Bahrain, right?
Yeah.
And, well, maybe just because Liam Lawson, maybe he gets 2 because he has some familiarity with Bahrain with that, just because of testing, and he's been there before. But if he doesn't show any signs, like if he doesn't get out of Q3 and puts his car way back and doesn't make progress through the race and gain some spots, and you got to do something.
I think, and the interesting part is Liam Lawson's got to qualify good going into Japan. Like that's the big.
That's
one.
the thing. Yeah, he has to qualify, and he hasn't been able to come close. He's a second behind Max. You can't, like, that's ridiculous.
Max moves to Aston Martin anyway. They will have the Honda engine and F1 Wizard Newey from Bronco.
That's the big rumor, and Max is just looking to jump to there, and I'm sure that's what Big Daddy Lawrence wants, right? So they'll have the Honda engine. They have the new facility at Aston Martin. All the new regulations. Max going to be part of building the car. That's
Max to Mercedes.
George is good, man.
I think
and
his contract's
Kimmy's good
up
too.
After this year, though.
After this year?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe George goes to right. I mean, does Alonso has 2 more years though? I think.
Maybe, yeah.
So does Alonso get? And Newey's always said he wants to work with Alonso or Lewis Hamilton in developing the car too, right? So you're getting one of the best drivers ever with Fernando Alonso. Too bad what happened to him with the brakes.
Yeah, he was out quick. Big Yuki says, can't have Yuki come in and steal the show.
That's like save it for the morning show. We don't have anything to give away.
We don't have text of the day, unfortunately, on this show. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. It sucks that there's nothing this weekend, not even Indy or F1 or anything like that. But it's definitely heating up for Liam Lawson. We'll see what he can do. He's got to qualify in the top. He's got to be in the top 10. I think it's too much to ask if he's like, anywhere top 5, but he's got to qualify because his first 2 qualifications have been P20. Not good enough for a Red Bull team.
No.
Spency 5 cents, he says, Stroll has improved. Yeah, he's been good, man.
Just, credit. Not a great car by all accounts. Like, they're not doing anything with this car this year too, right? Like,
I love how Verstappen's so honest about it. Our car sucks.
Yeah.
And it shows how good of a driver he is.
Exactly.
Like,
he almost won the sprint, right? Yeah. But so now they have a lot more data to look at the car. Obviously, riding at those fuel loads from the sprint, completely different.
Yeah.
To the Grand Prix. Suzuka's a fast circuit too, so that's gonna be a lot of fun to watch.
You say hello to the Winnipeggers, the ESTers, the Hustlerites there. What a game for the Jets tonight. Jets, Caps. Oh, can Ovechkin
They're gonna have to deal with,
get closer to Wayne?
They're gonna have to deal with the Chychrun.
$9 million man.
The $9 million man.
Soon to be Evan Bouchard. Might be $10 million.
Washington's the only team that's clinched a playoff spot so far. Hey?
Yeah.
That's a big story this year, the Caps.
Yeah.
No one saw that coming.
No one did.
The only reason people thought they were going to watch the Washington Capitals this year was Ovechkin getting close to the score. Do you think he does it? Do you think
I think he does. He's got 8 to go.
8 to go?
Yeah. It'll be great.
Like, Gretz has to start going to these games because...
Yeah. Well, he will. Once he gets down to like 2, he'll start flying in.
What?
Yeah. Or 3.
5.
Maybe 5. Yeah, because he can score a hattie, right?
Yeah.
And
once he gets to 5, Wayne has to
get
start
on a plane,
Get on a plane. NHL's flying him around.
All right, games with playoff implications. Ottawa's in Buffalo. Ottawa needs to keep building that gap. Montreal and St. Louis, both teams need the 2 points there. For Edmonton Oilers, Vegas is in Minnesota. You want the Wild to win that one. The LA Kings are home to the Rangers. You want the Rangers to win that one. And then Calgary hosts the Seattle Kraken. Calgary desperately needs that one as well. So a lot of fun games tonight on tap in the NHL. Of course, the Oilers return to action tomorrow, 8 o'clock here, as they host the Dallas Stars. And like Chris Knobloch said, the big boys, Leon and Connor, will be out the rest of this week, so don't expect them for any of the 3 games.
No, I think it's longer.
But you have Nuge.
We have the Nuge.
You have the Nuge.
God, I said this yesterday, didn't I? That this really lines up well for Calgary these next 3 games.
Yeah, sure does. Sure does. We'll see what they can do. The afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino, home of the Kitchen Restaurant. All you can eat prime rib buffet for just $49.99 every Friday from 4 to 10 p.m. All right, up next, we're going to head to Ottawa and talk about these impressive Senator squad here. They're close and they're getting closer and closer to locking down that playoff spot. It's going to be great to see a lot of Canadian teams in the playoffs this year. It's always best when almost all of them are going to be in. Hopefully, one of Vancouver and Calgary can sneak in as well. And to do that, we'll talk with Brandon Pillar from Locked On Senators here on EST Afternoons. We're back after the break. Here's Koob with your sports update.
Out east, the Senators and Sabres have a date with former Sabre Dylan Cozens taking on his old team for the first time. And elsewhere, Montreal visits St. Louis. The Lightning battle the Penguins, and the Jets play the Capitals with Jakob Chychrun signing an 8-year, $72 million extension in Washington. And 4 games around the AJHL, Drumheller hosts Canmore. White Court hits the ice in Fort McMurray, and the Capitals, or the Canucks, face off against the Kodiaks. 8 games dot the NBA slate. The Hawks and Rockets go at it. Utah hosts Memphis, and the Cavs face the Trailblazers. And after winning a Gold Glove and being 12th in the American League Most Valuable Player voting in 2024, catcher Kyle Raleigh and the Mariners are in the process of signing a 6-year extension worth over $100 million. In the soccer world, Iran and Uzbekistan had a 2-2 draw, which booked Iran's ticket to the 2026 World Cup. This sports update is brought to you by Gimme Virtual Golf. Step into a whole new golfing experience with 240 unique courses for you to play, featuring innovative technology that automatically tees the ball up for you, while replicating real-life ball lies, shifting the ball in 24 different directions. Gimme Virtual Golf, where innovation meets the game. Visit their website at GimmeVirtualGolf.ca. Brandon Pillar from the Locked On Senators podcast joins us on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubusch for your sports update.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. A one-of-a-kind retrospective. It's Glass Tiger, This Island Earth, April 4th at River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't forget me when I'm gone. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Love is in the air. I love you. And you? And you? And you! Why choose between your beloved items? Sentinel Storage, keeping your treasures safe to be loved again. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Missing the course? The Canadian Ice House is here to keep your skills sharp. Trackman golf simulators are open. Real golf action right in downtown Edmonton. Don't let the off-season slow you down. Visit us in-store or check out thecanadianicehouse.com for all the details.
Got some gently used furniture or home goods that need a new home? Find Edmonton is here to help. Every month we furnish over 100 homes to those transitioning out of homelessness, and we need your gently used furniture and home goods. Drop off at 5120 122nd Street or call for free local pickup. Just visit findedmonton.com to learn how your donations can help create a home for someone in need. Plus shop our thrift store, in-store or online, with proceeds benefit those moving out of homelessness through housing supports. Visit us at findedmonton.com. Find Edmonton, supporting our community one home at a time.
2:22. Welcome back to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Ovechkin is 7 away from surpassing Gretzky. 7.
He could score 7 in a game.
Yeah, he probably could. 73 thumbs up. 27 away from 100. Let's make sure we get there. Guy Flaming, yes, the answers were already given out. So if you want to just answer on the chat, you can do so as well. And
like you got a wrench, hey?
Yeah, I don't know why.
You know why.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I do know. All right, let's head to the nation's capital. Talk some Ottawa Senators with Brandon Pillar from Locked On Senators. Of course, he does that podcast with our good buddy Ross Levitan. Brandon, how you doing today?
Hey, guys. Good. How are you?
Oh, we're doing excellent here. You know, no Oilers until tomorrow, so we just wait. But we're pretty pumped for the Sens. They're getting closer and closer to locking down a playoff spot. How are the vibes down there in Ottawa, Brandon, with this team being so close to returning to the postseason?
Well, the vibes are higher than they've been in a long time, and the vibes have been bad for a long time. So we're feeling pretty good here in Ottawa. Now, nothing's certain yet until we see that little X beside the Ottawa Senators name in the standings. We're going to try not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but if you're going to be in the wild card race, it's nice to at least be leading the pack.
How has the trade for Dylan Cousins worked out for the Ottawa Senators? What is his skill set and just his overall play meant to this team?
Man, we're loving the Dylan Cousins trade here in Ottawa so far. And I mean, I want to preface this by saying it was tough to let a guy like Josh Norris go. Great guy, really well liked in the locker room. I don't know if you guys saw Brady Tkachuk the day after. Very emotional, talking about one of his good friends leaving. So we're wishing the best for Josh, and Buffalo's got a good player there. But Dylan Cousins coming back, he's been exactly what this team needs. He's a great second-line center. He's really ignited the games of both of his line mates in David Perron, who had been struggling in Ottawa, and then Drake Batherson, who started off really hot, but then cooled off. Now that he's with Dylan Cousins, those two have really worked well together, especially they have chemistry from playing together in the World Championship. Dylan Cousins is actually living with Drake Batherson, so they're obviously getting chemistry on and off the ice. And he's been a really good player. Like every time he's on the ice, I find myself just glued to number 24 on the Sens. In 8 games with the Sens, he has 7 points. There's only one game where he didn't have a point so far, and I'm hoping he racks up quite a few tonight up against his old team.
Brandon, I mean, in the Four Nations, we all saw Brady Tkachuk. He's just a gamer, man. Like, how excited are you? Cover the team and you know, fans and all that. Like, this guy in playoff mode is going to be unreal to watch. It's going to be must-see TV. Are you guys ready for Brady Tkachuk playoff mode?
Oh, man, we've been waiting for too long. And we got a taste of it in the Four Nations, and the rest of the hockey world did as well, like you mentioned. And, you know, some people kind of goofed on Brady when he said, this is the most meaningful game I've played in my life. And it's tough because it's true. He hasn't had a chance to even play in meaningful games to really try to get to the playoffs with the Ottawa Senators. Now they're in the thick of it, and he said himself he's treating every game like it's a playoff game now moving forward. And even up against the Detroit Red Wings a little while ago, they were getting outshot, outplayed big time, and apparently Brady on the bench just said to everybody, we are not losing this game. We are doing whatever it takes to win, and they found a way to win. And the Ottawa Senators have been able to find ways to win lately, especially in the month of March. And it all trickles down from the leadership of Brady Tkachuk. And I can't wait to see this guy, hopefully, in the playoffs, because if you're a team looking across the ice and Brady Tkachuk is the captain that you got to go up against 4 to 7 games, you're not going to love seeing that guy every night. I can tell you that. So I'm excited, guys.
Brandon, the beauty of the Four Nations, like you mentioned, was the final game, U.S.-Canada. I mean, this is kind of looking into the future a little bit, but it does line up as the nation's capitals could be going up against one another. Is that even talked about, or is it too far ahead? But if you could get a Washington-Ottawa first round matchup, there's a lot of political ramifications with this as well. What do you foresee? And is anyone talking about the possibilities of this in Ottawa right now?
You know, funny enough, that's actually one of the series or like possible matchups that is least talked about. Now, there is a lot of the political aspect to it, but Sens fans, they're looking at like where they are in the wild card race at the top spot. If the Leafs finish first in the Atlantic, well, we got a Battle of Ontario on our hands, and that's a very spicy topic. So that's got a lot of discussion. And then another one is, well, the Leafs are battling with Florida for that top spot. So then you got the Matthew Brady discussions as well. And Florida's had the Sens number quite a bit in the last couple of years. So that's a matchup Sens fans don't really want. But I'm glad you brought up Washington, because that's a matchup that I actually think could work in the Senators' favor. They've played a couple times this season, and each time the games have gone to overtime or shootout. So on the ice, these two teams actually match up pretty good up against each other. And if you want to add a little bit of spice, you got the political part of it, but there's the on-ice part of it as well. As this offseason, they traded away Jakob Chychrun, a player that they spent a lot of draft capital on to bring here. Didn't work out in Ottawa, so they moved him. I think the hockey universe didn't love the look of trading Chychrun for Jensen in a third-round pick. But Nick Jensen, when he's been healthy, he's been a great fit in Ottawa, and he's really stabilized Thomas Chabot and been a good partner for him. Unfortunately, Jensen's been out a little bit here, but when he's healthy, he's been good, and it'd be interesting to see those two teams go up against each other in a first-round playoff series.
Brandon Pillar, Locked On Senators podcast, joining us here on EST Afternoons. Another one of the new guys, Fabian Zetterlund. How's he fit in? I'm seeing he's playing on the top line with Stützle and Brady Tkachuk. What has he brought to the team?
So he's only recently been put on that top line. Unfortunately for him, it was a bit of a whirlwind for him coming to Ottawa. He gets rushed over. I don't know if you guys heard, but general manager Steve Staios said they completed that deal with 27 seconds left before the deadline. So they barely got that one done. He had to get over here as quick as he could. And when he did, he was a part of a back-to-back duo of playing Detroit in Ottawa and then traveling to Philly right away. So he didn't really get any practices. He's still kind of getting his stuff ready. So a bit of a tough way to get acclimated to your new team. So he actually spent a majority of his time on the fourth line, which a guy that had 17 goals and was a big part of the San Jose offense, going from that kind of role to playing on your fourth line, it wasn't really setting him up for success. But I think long-term, this guy's going to fit in well. Like you mentioned, he has been put higher up in the lineup, now playing in the best-case scenario beside Brady Tkachuk and Tim Stützle on the Ottawa Senators. This guy is an absolute beast. He's only 5'10", but he's 220 pounds. He's ripped. He was doing deadlifts, I think, of 660 pounds. I don't know if you guys saw that on Instagram. Just insane. So I'm excited to see what this guy's like. And if you're a team going up against the line where there's Brady Tkachuk and then a guy that's an absolute unit like Fabian Zetterlund, that's going to be an interesting matchup. So we're really excited about him in Ottawa, Zetterlund, but I think it is going to take time for us to see his true potential. He doesn't have any points yet with the Sens, so hopefully he gets that going here.
So, Brandon, tonight, big game. They all are for the teams here chasing that wild card spot, Buffalo Sabres. But when you look at this on paper, Ottawa should win this game, but anything could happen in this league. But these are the games you just can't drop if you're chasing down a playoff spot, eh?
Yeah, we know it too well, unfortunately, because this is the third time the Sens have played the Sabres, and the Sabres have had the Ottawa Senators number this season. First, a 5-1 win earlier in the season, and then a 4-0 win for the Buffalo Sabres. Like, if you're the Sens and you're hoping to get out of that rebuilding narrative, you're hoping to be in the playoffs here, you cannot be losing games to the team that's last in the Atlantic Division and last in the Eastern Conference. So they got to find a way to kind of shake that vibe of the Buffalo Sabres here. And I mean, when you have Dylan Cousins on your side this time, and unfortunately for the Sabres, Josh Norris is injured, that should give you a bit of an advantage. And I'm hoping it, maybe some money on the board for the boys in Ottawa, and you get a revenge game from Dylan Cousins here.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We're hoping Ottawa and Montreal both get in there, and we'll have a nice, 5 teams in. If Calgary and Vancouver can sneak in there in the final wildcard spot in the West, it's going to be great because more Canadian teams in the playoffs is always much more fun. Brandon, great stuff. All the best. Enjoy all the games. I'm sure they're all going to be high anxiety and tense moments for you guys, but once you do clinch, it's going to be awesome, and I'm sure we'll have you on for a playoff preview.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. It was awesome to join.
All right, that's Brandon Pillar. Locked On Senators. He's with our good buddy Ross Levitan. They do a great job on that podcast. It is absolutely fantastic. They always have players and management on. It's really good. Make sure to check them out. That's the Locked On Senators podcast. Brandon Pillar 1 is his Twitter. And it's just great stuff there. Great Sens coverage. And man, I just really want them to clinch that spot. And it starts tonight, man. You get another 2 points. And like Brandon said, you cannot drop this game.
Well, I want to tune in and watch just Zetterland. Like, this is hearing about this guy. Did you see the video of him?
I have not.
You got to look at this.
Yeah, it's great.
It's crazy.
I'm seeing a lot of different reports. Telegraph. I think it's a Dutch newspaper. And I know Van Owen is sending it to us also. I just want to get official word. I don't know how legit this is, but it's saying Liam Lawson will be replaced by Yuki Tsunoda for the Japanese Grand Prix weekend.
Okay. Oh, man. Way to set the hook. No, it could be true. I don't know. Like, is this...
Well, I'm just... I mean, it sounds like Telegraph, it's a legit news source in again, take it with a grain of salt where it's not official yet until we get it from like the legit the legit sources. So I mean, if it is true, holy smokes, we might have to get Herani.
Yeah, but he called it, right?
Yeah, if Herani doesn't say it, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, no, we'll monitor Tim's.
Someone go to Tim's
feed
Twitter right now
and see what's going on. Cause
no, nothing yet.
Nothing yet. I still think he gets this one. He gets one more.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll keep my eye on that. But I know Van Owen sent that in. I looked it up, and it is coming from that newspaper, but I haven't seen it anywhere else just yet. So, Bones, Ottawa does a great job bringing the playoff atmosphere. You know what? It would be awesome, Joaquin. Toronto, Ottawa again.
It would be. That would be but I would rather that the next round. I'd rather, it would just mean so much more.
Yeah.
A round later. But I mean, the first round's always the best.
It is.
It's good to see that it seems that Ottawa is going in relatively healthy too.
Yeah.
Right.
Good.
But yeah, it's good. That team's, I think, deserving to get some playoff games. It's been too long with that team, and we talked about it. I think the one person that benefited most from the whole Four Nations was Brady Tkachuk. He finally got on a real stage and showed what type of player he is. Like, talk about a guy that's going to be motivated.
Playing that guy, oh man. If you're a defenseman on the other team, you're like, oh.
And he's like, for the past 2 seasons, he's seen his brother go to the finals, right? And like and you see how emotional he gets watching his brother play.
He's
like,
right in there, man.
Oh my gosh, he's in there with the fans and stuff. I mean, the leadership qualities are quite evident in that family. As Keith was an absolute stud.
Hell of a player. So St. Louis currently holds a 3-point lead on Vancouver and a 4-point lead on Calgary. Calgary has 3 games in hand. Vancouver has 1 game in hand. That's going to be a hell of a battle because St. Louis is going to drop games here. Like, who do they play tonight? They are playing the... Oh, man, I just had it. Montreal. That's going to be...
That's a good game.
Montreal is trying to keep pace and hold that last wild card spot, man. Oh, man. It's going to be crazy walking.
Yeah, this is
St. Louis catch Mini. They're only 4 points back. In fairness, Mini's dealt with so many injuries, right? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here going forward, man. I can't wait. Just glad the Oilers are safe in a spot,
Are they?
They're just battling for first. No big deal. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't think you see the big two for. I don't think they play against Vegas even.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're out this week for sure, so they won't play in the 3 games. Then after Calgary, Vegas on Tuesday, Sharks on Thursday, Kings on Saturday. Yeah, you might be right. Might be the Sharks, even the Kings.
They might. I think. Look, I think their injuries are a lot more severe than you think. They're gone for 2 weeks here.
I don't. I think they're just being extra cautious, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think they're that. Because you saw the guys when Nuge was walking in the room, they all look normal. They're all like moving
You were standing
around.
there. I look normal.
I know,
just
but
standing
there's no visible like wear, like medical wear on them. Like, there's no crutches.
You don't know that. They could be all tied up underneath those.
I don't know. I mean, I'm reading way too much into guys standing in a room high-fiving. But
Yeah.
I mean, hey, Vander Kane looks good on the ice. He's moving around pretty good, man. And Trent Frederick, what did Bowman say on Hockey Night in Canada? Another 2 weeks?
Yeah, he says he's out maybe like a few more weeks, that he should be back in that span for sure.
Okay, so, but that's the timeline we got. So no one should be upset at that.
No, he's. I figured you'd see him in playoffs.
Yeah. That's so tough, though, too, Joaquin. Your new team.
I know.
You know, there's no.
And we said it, like the coaching staff too. Like where does he go first?
Yeah, there's no chemistry with anyone. I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. Almost too interesting.
Oh, let's see here. I'm just looking at different sites for like racing news, and there's a lot reporting it, but I don't know if these sites are legit.
No, there's a lot of fodder in the F1 sites, right?
That's why, and again, Van Owen, I looked. I know Telegraph's one of the biggest outlets, if not the biggest in Holland, but we just want to make.
But they also
sure.
said that Jos Verstappen was taking over Red Bull, I think, at one point.
I'm sure he'd like to.
Oh, yeah.
I love the beef him and Horner have.
No.
It's hilarious. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll keep monitoring this Liam Lawson news from Red Bull as well. We'll also do this day in sports history and this day in general, movies and all that. I got some cool stuff for Joaquin, and we'll continue the Oilers conversation. A fun one today with Chychrun signing for 8 years, $9 million. Very similar to Bouchard in age. He's been in the league a lot longer, though. It is his third contract, like Bouchard's going to be this upcoming offseason. I think he's going to get a lot more than Chychrun did. So what say you? Let us know. River Cree inbox 780-218-9999 or on the Nasty Chat. The afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino, featuring Italia Restaurant, home of the $6.99 brunch special from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday. We close it out next here on EST Afternoons. We're back after the break, but first, a sports update with Koob.
Out east, the Senators and Sabres have a date with former Sabre Dylan Cousins taking on his old team for the first time. Elsewhere, Montreal visits St. Louis. The Lightning battle the Penguins, and the Jets play the Capitals with Jakob Chychrun fresh off signing an 8-year, $72 million extension in Washington. 4 games around the AJHL. Drumheller hosts Canmore. Whitecourt hits the ice in Fort McMurray, and the Canucks face off against the Kodiaks. And on the court, Golden State meets Miami. The Thunder tip off against the Kings, while the Magic take on the Hornets, having 8 games in the NBA. And ESPN's Jeff Passan has reported that catcher Cal Raleigh and the Mariners are finalizing a 6-year extension worth over $100 million. Raleigh appeared in 153 games last season, recording 34 home runs, 100 runs batted in, while claiming his first Gold Glove. And after drawing 2-2 against Uzbekistan, Iran has qualified for the 2026 World Cup. The final segment of EST Afternoons before the Reed Wilkins Show at 3 o'clock comes on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
It is Guy Flaming in studio, so Penticton.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
It is Guy Flaming in studio. So Penticton is getting a WHL team immediately.
They're basically taking the Penticton Vs out of the BCHL. Same ownership, same GM, same coach, and just promoting them, but their roster will be completely different. And anybody that they have on their current roster whose rights, CHL rights, are held, the ability to negotiate, and we get them back.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. A one-of-a-kind retrospective. It's Glass Tiger, This Island Earth, April 4th at River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't forget me when I'm gone. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Play more tables and games.
Play more tables and games. Make the most of your fan game. Oh, you want to, you need to, you know just what you gotta do. It's time to add some fun to your life. Make the most of your fan game. Play more tables and games.
PlayMoreGames.ca.
.43 Tuesday afternoon. Welcome back to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Joaquin, Gage, Hernan, Salas, Zach Kubusch, Reed Wilkins coming up. You'll have a special guest. I'm not going to share it with you, though, because you have to tune in. It's going to have a fun show, as he always does, the good old Reed Wilkins. A lot of fun today on the show. Bouchard conversation about his next contract, kind of comparing it to what Chychrun got. A lot of good takes. Heat and Smoke was awesome. Koob brought the good questions. Brandon Pillar from Locked On Senators was great, as they're getting closer and closer to locking down a playoff spot, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. And there's rumors circulating that Lawson's out at Red Bull. We haven't been able to confirm just yet from, I guess, people we would run with. Tim Hernan, F1, obviously, and there's a bunch of reporters that are on the beat as well. But the Telegraph in Holland is reporting that. So we'll continue to track this for the next 10 minutes to see if there's if this is absolutely 100% official, and it'd be an enormous move 2 weeks into F1. Joaquin, my friend. 1982 on this day, Wayne Gretzky became the first player in NHL history to score 200 points in a season.
200. Jeez.
Just a casual 200. 1997, very sad day for Hernan. Hartford Whalers announced they would be moving to Connecticut following the 96-97 season.
You were a Hartford Whaler fan?
I love their uniforms, and I was a big Peter Sidorkiewicz fan.
Goalie.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, Mike Lute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love their gear, the green. Oh. And I always had a soft spot for them because in the first round of the playoffs, they always met Boston or Montreal. And they could never beat them. Yeah. And then in 2004, the NHL suspended Marty Turco for 4 games for high-sticking Ryan Smith of the Edmonton Oilers.
Huh.
I don't remember that.
I've never met Marty Turco, but I heard he was just a really great guy. I didn't like, because he was basically the reason for that stupid trapezoid.
Yeah, he was so good.
But he abused it.
Yeah.
So and Reed's probably going to get into some stuff with goaltenders today, but I didn't like how he would protect the puck, like he would turn his back, and then if he got bumped, it was goalie interference. I don't think you should go run a goalie, but you should be able to out-muscle them for the puck if they're willing to, be out there with it. So And that he was the reason, because he went out there and held it and was drawing penalties and stuff where, yeah, it was goalie abuse.
I love Reed's passion for goalie interference. I told him he should go work for the league and be the head of goaltender interference calls because he's really into it.
Didn't he? That's where he is today. That's where he's doing the show from.
He's having a meeting with the NHL. What else was I going to get to here? Yes. On this day in 1986, Perfect Strangers debuted on ABC. Do you remember that?
Perfect.
Larry and Cousin Balky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was that them?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How many of you remember that? You got to be of a certain age to remember Perfect Strangers.
And what's his name in Beverly Hills Cop?
Oh, I can't remember.
I think it's Achmel.
Yeah. That's March 25th, 1983. The Outsiders was released in theaters. One of the best movies ever. Hey?
I don't know about best movies
What?
ever, but it was a good movie. Better book.
Do It for Johnny.
Yeah.
And what a cast.
Well, the cast is absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, Soda Pop, Pony Boy.
Soda Pop, Pony Boy. What was Emilio Estevez? 2-bit?
2-bit? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Swayze was just Daryl.
Yeah. Like Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, Tom Cruise, Emilio Estevez, Ralph Macchio.
Patrick Swayze.
I said Patrick.
Matt Dillon.
I mean, geez.
Dally. He is the best.
Yeah.
When he shows up at the fight.
Did he? Oh, yeah. With the socias?
The socias. Oh, what a movie, Joaquin.
I think I had to do a book report on that movie.
I did too.
Did you?
In grade 8, yeah.
Yeah, I think
I think
I did too.
That's like a school thing. It's a good book to do it with.
And Lord of the Flies.
I missed that one.
Really?
Yeah, I did Fahrenheit 451, Ray Bradbury.
Oh, yeah, my daughter had to do that. I'd go find that book and get it for her.
You don't consider Outsiders a great movie?
No.
The movie's okay. Like it's a bit cheesy.
When you read the book before the movie, it lets you down. It's not as good.
Both of you get out.
Okay, you want to wrap up?
Hey, Dusty produced and hosted a show.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but he comes back tomorrow.
Yeah, I wonder how Disneyland went.
I wonder if he's ever watched The Outsiders.
He is an outsider.
One of the best movies ever for Hernan. And then on this day, 31 years ago.
Wait a second. You're not getting away. One of the best movies ever.
Yeah, it's good, but
it's
great.
in your top 5.
Top 10.
It's in your top
10?
How can you not like The Outsiders?
You just
and you haven't watched The Matrix.
Oh my god.
Or Indiana Jones.
You know what? Yeah, you can't even have a top 10.
None of those movies are in anybody's top 10. Let's be honest.
Oh,
you know what?
There's not enough time left.
When you watch the Academy Awards, I don't remember a lot of scenes falling back to The Outsiders. I do see The Matrix and Indiana Jones quite a bit with their soundtrack. So
really, okay, I'm just saying The Outsiders is a great movie. That's all I'm saying.
It's a good movie. It's not a great movie.
It's absolutely great. Well, let's see what Rotten Tomatoes gave it.
Like a 56.
Rotten Tomatoes 71. IMDb 7 out of 10. That's good.
What's the audience score?
Yeah, go to The Matrix.
99.
I dislike that you guys are dogging The Outsiders.
I think you're hyping it up too much.
Yeah.
You're like, it's a good movie. We're like, yep. And then you're like, oh, it's one of the best of all time. And you can't let that slide.
Yeah. Like, okay, who's in here? Is that Dusty?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No chance Outsiders was a top 100 movie, let alone top 10. Jeez, Hernan.
Yeah.
Well, everybody has their own taste. Like, Dusty likes Point Break. That movie's terrible.
You Get Out. That is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Con Air. Come on, man. That's the dumbest movie ever. It's good to have on in the background, but you're gonna sit here and tell me Con Air is better than The Outsiders.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Look on your Rotten Tomatoes.
Con Air, Break Point. Are you kidding me, man?
Point Break. Say it right.
Point Break. Let's not compare. They do book reports on The Outsider. That's
because you have to.
Reports.
Book reports.
That's
Not
what I
movie
They have
reports.
actual college courses on The Matrix.
Did you guys forget Diane Lane was in it? Yeah, she was. She's Sherry, right?
I guess it's EST afternoons with Gager and Koob starting tomorrow.
We'll spend a whole hour on The Matrix.
My God, we could.
The Matrix. Come on, guys. Give me a break. Oh, boy.
Outsiders. Come on.
Okay, I'm not saying The Outsiders is a top 10 film.
You just did.
No, I said for me.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying in like the history of movies. Of course not. But it's a great movie. You can't tell me it's not a great movie. And you might not rank it in your top 20, but it's a good movie.
Or 100.
or in the 100, yeah.
Point Break and what's the other one with the dude? Like they're good, but they're nothing
But
special.
The Big Lebowski? That's actually featured more Academy Awards and awards shows than The Outsiders.
We have different tastes, bro.
Yeah, but your movies' tastes are like Dusty's actual taste buds.
That's you might be onto something. Well, my favorite movies are Shawshank, Moneyball.
Okay, yeah, but those are really good movies.
Classics.
Yeah.
So's The Outsiders.
The only one that's mentioned The Outsiders, I don't think in a draft. We got to look back at the drafts, like the best movie drafts. Not one of us picked Outsiders. Not one.
It could be one for the top casts.
Because you guys
time.
have no, you
cast
guys
is
have
great.
no, like you guys just like dumb movies. Con Air? Are you kidding me?
It's a fantastic movie.
What's your favorite movie of all time, if you can name one right now?
Probably right now, I would say Dune is probably my favorite movie, but it changes.
Silence of the Lambs.
It's a great movie.
What a psychopath. Jesus.
Are you serious, Coop?
It's one of the top movies. I don't know. 12 Angry Men, classic.
Oh, man.
The Notebook.
Oh, my God. Coop, turn off that microphone.
Hey, better than The Outsiders. Better than The Outsiders.
VR Montenegro. I left the theater after Matrix questioning reality. The Outsiders, not so much.
Yeah.
But The Outsiders is about life. It's about love.
What are you talking about?
About brother
love.
It's such a good movie. Am I wrong?
Go watch it again.
Am I wrong?
Go watch it
Is
again.
The Outsiders a terrible movie like Dusty and Gager are saying it is?
You go watch that movie. You won't get through 20 minutes of it before
Yes,
you.
I will.
No,
I love
you
it.
won't. You'll change the channel. You'll go, I got to do something else. I got to go smoke.
Poor Johnny. 88 thumbs up. We only got a minute left. Can we do 12 for The Outsiders?
Don't say that. We'll take thumbs away.
So if The Outsiders was on TV, you wouldn't watch it?
No.
Okay.
I've seen it. And I rewatch stuff.
So, like, because everybody's chirping me now. And
because you're wrong.
But The
It's
Outsiders,
okay. Hey,
it's a good movie.
It's okay to be wrong sometimes.
But I'm never
Even
wrong.
me. Joaquin Gage is wrong. Occasionally. Once or twice a year.
I'm
usually.
rarely wrong.
No, this time you are dead wrong.
Smitty the Welder, Point Break isn't a top movie. Thank you.
I'm not. Yeah, it's not a top movie, but it's a fun movie to watch. You come out of there happy.
Okay, but there's a difference between a great and a really good movie and a fun movie. Con Air is fun. It's not a great movie.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Look at the cast.
It's a great cast. Max Bizuzu, thumbs up for Pony Boy. Mitchie says, I agree with you, Hernan. Loved it. Did you also read the book?
Stay gold, Hernan.
Sharknado is better than The Outsiders. It's an enjoyable movie, though.
Big Uke, you know what you are? You're a silly goose.
I don't, yeah, exactly, Dusty. I don't think he's ever seen The Outsiders.
How do you guys not? It's about like two like groups fighting. Like, how do you not like it?
Yeah, it's like going
They
to
save
watch
children from a burning school.
I think the dinner theater's playing West Side Story. We can just go watch that. It's basically the same.
I'll tell you this: if you think Con Air is better than The Outsider, then we can't be friends. That's a ridiculous take. Con Air's fun movie.
Well, I
It's
like
not
how
good.
you pick movies that you're not doing apples to apples. You're doing apples to oranges here, right? Like you're just you're even losing that argument. Like,
oh man,
there's more people that would rather watch Con Air than The Outsiders.
Well, that's not me.
There's got to be a full like summer debate on this.
Stove says The Outsiders is maybe bottom of top 500. Trevor,
now you're gonna say Rumblefish was.
Trevor
a good movie.
says, "Sorry guys, gotta agree with Hernan here. Outsiders is a great movie." And then
Have you seen Rumblefish?
No.
The
Outsiders.
See, you don't even know. Like you don't even.
Raider Jesse says The Outsiders is a mediocre movie. Great cast though.
But it's a great. It's a classic novel. You can't compare the two.
And with that, we'll end. Fun show, everybody. Thank you for the thumbs up.
Sucks.
Make sure you follow our show on where you get your podcast, Apple, and all that fun stuff. Tomorrow, it's finally game day. Here we go. Go home, watch The Outsiders tonight if you have nothing else to do.
Rumblefish is a great movie.
And you'll love it. For Joaquin and Koob, I'm Hernan saying enjoy the rest of your day. Reed Wilkins coming up. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Ciao.